Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back, and in today's video we're gonna talk about this beast setup, my Panasonic Eva1. I'm gonna take you guys through basically everything that I have on it, why I have it, and of course if you guys are interested in any of the products, accessories that I'm gonna be having within this video, then everything will be linked in the description below. But let's get started.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head is me and you.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the small rig base plate. Now I do want to say that a lot of the items that are in this Eva1, it's all from small rig. First of all, they're cheap. Second of all, I mean, they work. As long as the product works, I mean, I really don't care what brand I'm using. This small rig base plate here, I love it. It obviously, everything attaches onto it. So it's going to be from the mat box to the V-mount mounting plate to the V-mount itself, obviously. A lot of things are mounted on from that. So the base plate for this camera that I'm using is from small rig. And of course, like I mentioned, everything's going to be linked in the description below. But let's go on with the next one. So I'm gonna talk about, since I started off with the base plate, everything that's connected with it. So the first thing is this JTC mat box. It's the 4x4. The filter that I use, which I don't have it on there right now, is the Tiffin 4x4. It's the quarter Pro Mist filter. So I use it on this. The reason why I really use this, not too much that I use the 4x4 filters a lot. It's more because of the balance that I want within the weight. If I take this out, it's gonna be back heavy with the V-mount plate and the V-mount battery. So I need something to counter it, and this helps. But of course, if I'm shooting beauty, then obviously I am gonna have the 4x4. And the brand of this mat box, as I mentioned, is from JTC. I love it. It's carbon fiber. It's really light. It's pretty easy. If you wanna change lenses, you could just pull that lever up and then basically, you know, swap the lens. And then once you don't really have to open it all the way, just so you can close it right away. But if you wanted to, you know, you can all the way, and then you're gonna have to just pull it to just close it back. It's pretty easy, and that's why I love it. The next thing we're gonna talk about that's connected with the base plate is the V-mount. It's from Canvey, which is the plate. It's the V-Lock plate, so that allows me to put the V-mount battery. So this Canvey plate does have power that a lot of people say it's really bad, so I'm not going to power it on from there. I just use it to just basically put my V-mount battery. As you notice, I don't have anything connected on here, and that's because I've tried it once and I connected everything through this. So it was the Eva1, and yeah, there was a lot of downfall, a lot of things that happened that I shouldn't have even done. I was looking at a lot of reviews, they say it's not recommended. So I only use it to mount the V-mount battery, which the V-mount battery is from Max Oak. It's 177 horsepower. Are you serious? It's 177 watts of power, so you're definitely gonna get a good runtime. I use this to power the Automo Shogun. If you guys have this monitor, you guys know it drains a lot of batteries, so I use this and it lasts me all day, no problem. And of course, when I use the Sony batteries on this, is when I'm using it on the gimbal. But other than that, if I'm going handheld, this is on it for the most part. I have a D-tap from the battery, and that's connected with a Sony dummy battery that's connected onto the Shogun. So that's the way I go about this. The next thing is the Shogun, which I kind of talked about a little bit. So this Shogun monitor, well actually before I get to that, the thing that's holding this monitor here is the Cine monitor mount. This little thing is a beast. I'm not sure what the cost of this was, but of course it's linked below. And it's heavy duty. If you guys saw the Zion Crane 2, I have the same one for that setup. And you can, you know, put it down, you can articulate it up, you can do whatever you want, and it's not gonna sag. It's stiff, it's great. For a monitor this heavy, it's not that heavy, but at times if you are putting like big Sony batteries, it can get pretty heavy. So you want something that's gonna hold it and then it's not gonna sag off when you're shooting. So this is definitely cool. It has a hot shoe obviously, and yeah, it's connected to this handle, and I have SDI cables that runs to the Eva1, and of course, as I mentioned, the Sony dummy battery. But yeah, the reason why I have this monitor is because I already have custom Panasonic LEDs, so I'm able to know and understand what's exposed, what's the outcome gonna look like. It gives me a good way of knowing what the outcome's gonna look like, and of course, the focus peaking, I got 7-inch because I wanna make sure it's 100% accurate. So I'm always a fan of 7-inch monitors, never liked the 5-inch, so that's the setup that I have here. Now going from the monitor, we're gonna talk about what it's connected to, which is, again, it's a small rig, the NATO handles. These things are amazing. They all come with a quick release, so you're able to just take out the handles if you don't want them. I have 3 handles. and one's obviously on the top, which has the Shogun monitor attached onto it, and then I have 2 right here. So this was in case I want to go low angle high shots, then I'm able to just grab it from this top handle. But if I want some, like, you know, eye level or a little bit higher, I'm able to grab it from here, and this one will allow me to just shoot like this. I'm able to, like, you know, put it against my chest, and it's just whatever movement I want, I'm able to do it, and it's pretty comfortable and it's gonna hold pretty good. So I have 3 handles. That's something custom that I decided to do. So if you guys have like a cinema camera or just anything, but you guys have like a cage, then you guys can mount this type of style, and it feels pretty good. I like it, so that's why I went with that. So yeah, I have 3 of the same handles, and these are all connected with these small rig top plates. Now these top plates are not necessarily for the Eva1. They're for, I forgot, it's like a Sony cinema camera, but I tried it and they work. So the Eva1 has threads on the top. It has 6 of them, but I'm able to put it sideways because normally they're supposed to go the long way, but I put it sideways, and that allows me to basically slide this in. It allows me to put these small rig NATO handles on the side. It allows me to mount it, and then it also lets me put this LCD screen as well, so on the back side. So, you know, I mean, this kind of does, it's kind of like the base plate. It's what connects the top, and then the base plate is what connects everything else. So it's all pretty much compact, which I like. It's not all over the place. The cables are pretty small. I didn't get them long. I got everything so it could just be well compact. I don't like having cables all over the place. But yeah, this is pretty much my setup. If there's one thing I left out, was the rails. These are the 12-inch 15mm rails. So that's pretty much my setup, guys. This is something that I enjoy. This is something that I've always wanted to build. It's not expensive. I think the mat box was pretty expensive if you compare it to everything else. Everything else, besides the monitor, of course, as well, everything else was about like $30–50. I mean, just different things like that. It adds up, but it's not as expensive. Definitely look into all the accessories. I feel like if you guys have a cinema camera, or you guys might have like a small little DSLR or mirrorless camera, and you guys have a cage for it, you guys want to rig it up, these are some of the accessories that you guys can probably go for. This mat box is pretty good. It's carbon fiber. It's light. I like it, as I mentioned. And if you guys are Eva1 owners, then DM me on my Instagram, which is @MarioVisions. Let's connect, man. I've yet to meet anybody with the Eva1. I feel like the Eva1 is very underrated. And the reason why I got the Eva1 was honestly because I shoot a lot with Panasonic. I started with the GH5, and I shot with that for like a year before I stepped up with this. But within that year, trust me, I shot like, it was crazy with the amount of work that I put in. But it allowed me within the year to step up to something like this, and then I ended up getting the S1H as well with this. But this Eva1 is killer. The quality, the look, it's amazing, and I don't regret it. I love the internal NDs. Yeah, man, if you guys are interested in the Eva1, I highly recommend it. It's a beast. It's definitely a good connection with the S1H. This is my setup. So if you guys like this video, give it a like. If you guys have any questions, or you guys want to mention anything or any additional accessories, leave a comment below for anybody else to see. Yeah, if you guys like this video, drop it a like. Hit that bell notification for future uploads so you guys are aware when I post one. And subscribe. That's one thing I always forget. And I'll see you guys next time. For now, hopefully you guys like this video. Now, outro. Peace.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head.